doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Tachi back with another Be More moment. This time, we're talking about the Stanley Cup. I'm sure you've seen these around and know from my people from upstate New York, from Michigan, from Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Canada, I am not talking about the hockey award. No, I'm talking about Stanley, the company that was actually founded in 1913 by, I believe his name is William Stanley. And these are cups. If you are not familiar with them, you haven't been paying attention to what's going on in pop culture. But they can keep liquids hot and cold, and they're actually wonderful. But it's not like they're the first that ever came up with that. But actually, Stanley is a well-known company and has been around. What, 1913? This makes a hundred and 11, no, 100 and whatever. It makes years. Do the math yourself. So it's over 100 years old. Now here's the thing. And with Stanley, sales after a while were lagging. Now, of course, they were really aimed toward people who were working, a lot of construction workers, etc., who needed to keep things hot and cold, like lunch, soups, all that type of thing. And they had decent sales, but what really turned their sales around was when they came up with the Quencher in different colors. So the Quencher is the mug, the huge mug. It comes in different sizes that you see with the handle, right? And the straw. That has become like a popular culture icon. That is the it cup to have that everyone has. So it wasn't that that particular cup did not exist before or that tumbler did not exist before. It's that they went after new audiences with new colors. So the new colors they had, like the pinks, the lavenders, the mint greens, were things that were really attractive to women, and women became their new target audience. And this all happened after they hired new marketing people to refresh the brand, etc. Well, they refreshed it all right. They refreshed those themselves into $45 tumbler cups that people are buying like hotcakes. Okay, so what's the lesson here with video? Obviously, there's a pop culture lesson here, but the lesson here with video and creating content is sometimes you need a refresh. Sometimes you need to Stanley Cup whatever it is you're doing. If you notice that you're making content and maybe it's not resonating, now there's a number of reasons that people may not see it, algorithm being one. But aside from that, maybe it's not hitting the right note. You're not hitting the right note. So maybe you need a refresh. Do you need new colors? Like and I'm saying this in quotes, like the Stanley Cup people did. What new can you add to your brand? What new can you add to your videos that will help to be a refresh? And it's never too late to refresh them. And here's the thing, you can do a replay. So think about what Stanley did. Basically, what Stanley did was a replay. Those were things that already existed, and they just did a replay with some tweaks to it. The colors. What can you do to the content that you maybe already have and adding, quote, color to tweak it? Can I repurpose this content in a different place on a different platform? Can I repurpose this content with with a new background, or put it on something? Can I add text to it? What can I do that can remix this and act as a replay, right? So remix, replay, think about that. That's exactly what Stanley Cup did, and that's, or Stanley I should say, did, and that's what I want you to do. Be a Stanley. And there are so many examples of this with products, etc. This happens all the time. This is not the first time this has ever happened. But if you think about products that are really popular now, take a look at them and discover why they are popular. What was it that made it popular? And how can you apply that same knowledge or those same techniques to you and creating video? It's always helpful to do a refresh every once in a while. It shows your audience that you are thinking about them, that you are trying to do things in new ways. Because if you think about it, one thing I couldn't stand is teachers or professors who had the same damn notes from year to year and never upgraded anything. Okay, maybe things like history, for example, stay the same, but what new spin can you bring to it? What new spin can you bring to it? And often, sometimes with teachers and professors, there is not the you don't have to bring anything new to it because it's something that they have to learn. But guess what? There are so many ways to learn now, particularly when it comes to higher education. If you don't want to be obsolete, find a way to Stanley Cup your information. All right, now that I've effectively picked on higher ed and the academy, I'm going to go and I'm going to let you discover how to be more with your videos and live streams. Until next time,
We
cheers.
always here for you. Be a scope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations. Don't make them